lovely humans. I hope you've been well. So I've been procrastinating, quite intensely for the last couple years, the last couple months, the last couple weeks. I don't know what sounds better, but yeah, I've been procrastinating. So, as people who procrastinate, I decided to do something a bit exquisite. I'm a YouTuber now. And please don't argue with me, that I'm not a YouTuber, but come on. I posted a video on YouTube, so I am a YouTuber. So as the title suggests, I'm working on a webcomic, as my procrastination goes. And I just thought that because I usually get very demotivated very quickly, I thought that, hey, maybe if I recorded the shit that I was doing, it would be better. So here I am. Hopefully, if you are looking to, do your own webcomic, this video will be completely useless to you. However, with slight hope out there, that it might not be so bad, I'm just going to head on. So the first thing that we need to consider when making a webcomic, I think, would be the general plot and settings, and that is where I start from, I guess. I really like to brainstorm, I guess. Not really, but yeah. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, these are the 6 main pointers which I think about, or which I'm thinking about, because I've never made a webcomic before. So I have quite a few plots, and so I did a random picker, and I ended up getting a very grim plot storyline, and so I'm just writing down pointers. So for this story in particular, the theme is dark and it's a tragedy. For my genre, I'm going simple, very psychological. Now pairing, because this is such a monotone, not monotone, like a grayscale plot line, it doesn't have any specific pairings, as it doesn't have a romance in it. Don't get me wrong, there is quite a few sexual encounters, but it's not romantic by any means. So I'm just going to put down LGBT and hetero. And then we have characters. So that would be the main character, and then anyone who's important to them, or in any way of importance to the plotline. So I'm just writing down numbers, for his victims, as well as other people, just to keep count of the amount of people I would be drawing in detail. And it doesn't matter if they're side characters or main characters or whatever. And then we have the duration, which is how long you plan to keep the story running for. And so for this specific stories, I have different, it's like a from childhood to adulthood sort of a plotline, right? So I'm thinking something like per specific moment in his life, there would be a chapter. So I was just counting those up. And so that gave me about 7 chapters. Not too long. It's a pretty short story because I don't have the attention span to go any further. By the way, this just hit me, but if anyone got a seizure from the intro, I'm very, very sorry. I just wanted something as an intro. But yeah, sorry. And then there's the summary, which is like a little blurb or a one-liner. And sorry about my spelling. I cannot really do English right about now. My mentality's breaking. But yeah, so like this story is about a boy and how his life continuously spirals downwards, slipping through his own fingers until it leads to his demise. Couldn't really read what I wrote there for a sec, but yeah. And then for the plot, I don't actually write down the plot. I write down pointers or titles, which sort of inspire me to actually make the plot. And so here you can see examples like, I wrote down like ages, which break down to his different timelines in his life, and then little words like the trauma, the catalyst, the loss, the relapse, and these sort of things which kind of bring me back to the actual plot, and it brings only me back, and that's something you want to actually do. You want your layouts and your planning to be very easily accessible by you and only you, because I've made these mistakes before where and the same with this one, I have like a whole explanation, which is the only reason I remember this plot, but I have a whole explanation which I did to one of my friends about this, my only friend. Relatability. Anyways, yeah, and that kind of made me lose my motivation, I've noticed. And yeah, that doesn't really actually help. And so once you've done your little bullet points or whatever, then obviously you have to move on to the actual characters, and this is where character design comes in. Now, if our stories are very grounded, they are based off of reality, or they're meant to be based in reality, then you don't necessarily have to have a huge roster of like sketches or drawings or whatever. I feel like because it's very simple. It's a very simple setup to catch, I feel like. So with that in mind, you don't really have to do much. So like here I'm only just working on the actual sketch of the face. So I've divided his face, I guess, into 3 different parts. One with both his facial points and his hair, and the other 2 with them separated. And that's just to, I guess, to have an image of them separated and all together. And so it's always best to make some notes. And so that's what I'm doing over here. Just trying to fix out pointers which make him his own individual person. And it's also best to always create like a separate image or finished product, which kind of like has the characters in color like here, but it doesn't have to be something which is important. The most important is to understand how to make every single iteration of one specific character and actually make them look like that specific character. And it's also best to draw out outfits or like fashion, because that always adds to a person's character. It doesn't have to be hugely generic, it doesn't have to be hugely stylish, just something that with the characteristics and the personality types that your character is and contains, something that they would wear. And so here I'm just sketching out main outfits, which is mostly seen on my character throughout the specific age and timelines that goes through the story. And yeah, you gotta always shade in the black, because that's kind of fun. And yeah, that's just what I'm doing right now. And honestly speaking, I feel like a spontaneity, or I don't know, like the form of being spontaneous really adds to a webcomic rather than take away from it. And I generally really like that idea, so that's why while designing characters, I don't really do much around that, I guess. Like, I have the plot and idea in my mind, but I don't necessarily need to draw every single character out, in every single way to kind of accomplish that. And so I mainly just draw out the main characters, whether it be just 2 main characters or 1, and it will just be them. And so that's just how I finish, and then I go on to the actual pages. And oh yeah, always make sure to save. Don't be that artist who just puts whatever random letters or whatever into like the save mode. Yeah, like literally like what I just did there. Don't do that at all, please, because I had a hard time finding it again. And so yeah, that's about it for the planning. Well, for me at least. I hope it helped in whatever way, even though it probably didn't. And yeah, hopefully next episode, I'm gonna get to the actual sketching, and maybe that will do something. Oh, and another thing which I've noticed about actual sketching out, right? It's that blotting out your actual drawings, like the poses and whatnot, with a darker color, before actually sketching over it, really helps. And that's something which I didn't think was possible, because just randomly drawing blobs of shapes or whatnot, it's just like, what? But it really does guide your eyes. And yeah, hopefully next video I'll actually like be able to show that to you guys if you're interested. And yeah, thank you very much for watching this very long and dry video. Hopefully you liked it. If not, I'm sorry. But yeah, hopefully I stay motivated, and I'll see you guys next video. Thank you. You've been lovely. See ya.